Hi guys, welcome back if you've been here before. Hello if this is your first time stumbling across my page. Um, I really don't know how long this video is going to be because I had no intention of coming on here today and recording anything. The Lord literally stopped me in my tracks, sorry, and wants me to just encourage his children out there. There's several categories of people that this video is going to address. So I pray that you find it helpful. I have already prayed, and so let's get into it. There are personal words included in this message as well. The first group of people, God has given you a promise. He has spoken to you quite clearly about this thing, yet still you've asked and asked and asked for multiple confirmations. He has confirmed these things to you, and still there's seeds of doubt that are present. The Lord wants you to know that he sees you where you are. He sees that you are actually pressing in and you are trying to desperately understand the promise that he gave you. The Lord is also saying that some of the reason why you can't understand the promise is because it's not time for you to understand the promise yet. You haven't yet gone through a complete cycle. You haven't completed the process that he needs you to complete so that he can give you more information. So if you are one of these people that has a promise from God and you're going back and forward with doubt, or maybe he's answered some of your questions but he hasn't answered all of them, just know that he sees you in that he is he's pleased with you, he's happy with you, that you have pressed in, and through spending time with him and through reading his word, you're trying to get a further understanding, and he will bring that to you in the appropriate time. The second group of people is people who are actually in their promised land but don't see it. They haven't yet opened their eyes. Their eyes haven't been open to see that they're no longer under attack. They're no longer trying to outwit the enemy. The enemy has completely been defeated. But because you are so used to fighting, because you are so used to being in circumstances where you're not favored, or where you feel as though people come against you, you aren't able to enjoy where you're placed. You aren't even able to see that you've already come into the land, that you can explore, you can taste the fruit. For some of you, like, the Lord is saying, make friends. Like, I don't know, I just feel like someone started a new job, or was maybe deposited at a new church, or just found themselves in a new situation, and you're so weary of the people there, and the Lord is saying, no, these are the connections that I want you to have. Like, I want you to connect with these people. These are your friends. These people are walking with me. They're in true connection with me, and it's okay for you to open up to them and trust them a little bit as I lead you to. And he's saying, listen to my voice. I'm going to be the one to lead you. I will let you know what to say to them, when to say it, what not to say, what to hide, and what to share. So just take comfort in knowing that you are in your promised land. You don't have to fight anymore. The battle's already been won for you. You have crossed over. And I'm so happy for this group of people. Like, praise God that you all have crossed over. No more fighting, no more strife. Like, the victory is yours, and this is your season to just enjoy it. This is your season to enjoy. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This is your season to enjoy the harvest that was already there. So a time will come where you need to sow seed, where you need to plant, and you're going to have to fulfill assignments, and he's going to ask you to, give back and edify and pour into people. But this right now, this time, just enjoy the fruit that's already there. He wants you to partake of it. He wants you to have a moment to just kind of like a like an exhaling moment where you just bask in the land and just enjoy it. So praise God for you guys. And I'm on 3. The third group of people, those of you who have kind of backslid. And I don't mean, this could go either way, because we always think about, okay, I backslid, but so that means that I'm just totally back in the world and I'm doing all the things I was doing before the Lord came and saved me. No, that's not That's not all backsliding is. Backsliding could be, I usually wake up in the morning and I do a devotional, and this month I just haven't been doing it. Or, I usually come home from work in the evenings, and that's my prayer time with the Lord while the kids are doing their homework or whatever it is that they're doing in the evening. I spend the time with the Lord. Maybe, this week or this month you fell off from that. You haven't been doing that. And, that's a backslide. That is going backwards in what you typically do and what the Father has called you to do. So for those group of people, yes, get back on track. That kind of goes without saying. Get back into your word. Keep pressing in. He's waiting for you. And he's saying, I never stopped showing up. So you keep standing me up. So whatever time it is that you used to carve aside to spend with me, I still show up there. I still get up at 5:30 in the morning and have that devotional time. It's you that's missing. It's you that needs to come and be with me. And so yeah, just rest in that. Just get back on it. Whatever you have to do to get back on it, just get back on it. It's very simple. It's a simple instruction. Just do it. Just spend the time with him. He's waiting for you. He misses you. He wants you back. Number 4, those of us who are struggling with like double thoughts, dual thoughts. Like 1 minute you're rocking for Jesus and the next minute you're not sure. It's almost like you're kind of like a doubting Thomas. You believe, but then at the very first opportunity you get in order to kind of question things, you question things. And the Lord is saying that he sees that, and that's okay. He will continuously answer your questions because he wants you to have faith, right? He wants you to have an understanding of who he is and how he loves you, and some of his, I don't want to say reasoning behind things, but little pieces of his plan so that you'll see that these things that you see going on around you are for good. So for anyone out there who's kind of categorized as a doubting Thomas or someone who's skeptical of things all the time, the Lord loves you and sees you as well. And that is not something that you need to 100% get rid of. It's okay to ask the Lord questions. It's okay. In Habakkuk, I always say it wrong, but y'all know what I mean. he was one of the only prophets that just would ask God questions so openly. Like, yes, it's a short book, it's only 3 chapters long, but he's asking questions. Essentially, he's looking around and he's like, okay, Lord, so you're judging and you are righteous. So how come I see all this wickedness prevailing? How come these wicked people are just able to come along and do what they want, and here the righteous are being plundered and wronged left and right, yet we're righteous? Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? Like, I'm on your team, shouldn't I have the benefit here? Like, he's basically like, God, help me to understand this, please. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with going to your Father who you revere, okay, and lovingly saying, hey, Lord, I see that you're doing something. I know that you're doing something, but I'm just really confused. Like, even at work, like, hey, you told me that I was favored. You promised me that I was favored. So how come Sheila over there keeps lying on me and I'm the one getting written up? How come they could be late every day and nobody says anything, but I'm late one day and it's a whole issue. I got to go into HR. It's okay to ask the Lord these questions. He actually wants you to, because he'll answer you. And a lot of the times the reason that these things are allowed to happen to us is because they're training in preparation for something else. It's just like sports teams, how they record and they videotape all of their sporting events and they go back that next practice after the game, whether they won or lost, they go back and they go back over the footage. They look at it and they're able to see what they did wrong, what they didn't do, so you having to deal with that difficult person at work now, or deal with that difficult living situation, or deal with the even the difficult ex, the whatever it is that you have to deal with that's difficult, is preparing you for a new level. Preparing you for whatever you may encounter. He's going to teach you some things now, while you're here in this circumstance, that you are going to need later on, so that you don't react in the same way. Now you may get confronted by someone on the job. They say something you don't like, you blow up and end up in HR. When he elevates you, when you're on a higher level, you can't do that. When you get there, you're going to understand what the repercussions of doing that is, and you're no longer going to do it. So that's just to give you all an example of, how the Lord trains us. And that's all out of love, because if he puts us into places that we're not ready to be in before we're ready, we're just doomed. We're not gonna prosper there. We're not gonna be happy there. We're not gonna have joy. It's just, he's a loving God, and that's the reason that he does this. I think that I'm on number 5, and I think this is the last one. This is for a man. So sorry, ladies. This you are struggling back and forth with some things, okay, just in your own mind, and the Lord is saying, please get out of your own head. You hear my voice clearly, and I will instruct you when it's time to move. I will instruct you as it's time to do things. You don't need to go searching things out. I will present things to you, and I will give you the green light on when to move and when to pursue these things. I don't know, I'm just getting this feeling like he's talking about like a woman. Like, it's quite possible that you know exactly who your wife is, or the Lord has said this is the person that you're supposed to marry, but you haven't been released to pursue that person yet, and it's causing you to go back and forth with what he said in your mind. And the Lord is saying, yes, I said it, but that doesn't mean that I expect you to move on it right now. Continue to spend time with me, continue to pray, continue to press in, and I will give you more information, but do not step in front of me and take things into your own hands just because I gave you this information. You still need to obey me. You still need to trust what I'm telling you. And so I believe that is the last one. So as always, if you all need a prayer partner, email me. You have prayer requests, email me. If you want a one-on-one call, they are absolutely free. You can email me. The link to my schedule is actually going to be in the description box. I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend. I pray that everyone who is meant to come across this word comes across it, and I just pray that you are all just well on your way into your promises. The Lord keeps pressing on me that the enemy has already been defeated. You just don't see it. It's already been defeated. It's already done. Whatever he said it's going to happen. Whether it happens in the next month or whether it happens in the next years, it's going to happen because he said it. And always keep this in mind, guys. I'm going to close with this. That the Lord is the one who gives us the ability to have joy. So that in itself is enough to make you happy. The Lord giving you this promise means that he's going to give you the joy coupled with it in order to be able to enjoy it. And that's a roundabout way of saying that. I'm sorry, but it's, if you get these promises, but you don't have the joy of the Lord, they're not going to feel good. They're not going to hit the way you thought that they were going to hit. If you've been waiting to get married, and then you get married, and then you end up in a situation where that spouse is not godly, that spouse is not walking with the Lord, that spouse is, not loving you if you're a woman, that spouse is not respecting you if you're a man, you're not going to be happy in that marriage. So yeah, you may have waited and waited and waited, but if the Lord doesn't bless something, if he doesn't ordain it, if he doesn't give you the joy to go along with it, it's honestly, it's not worth having, because it's just going to make you miserable. The opposite of joy is misery. And so, rejoice in the fact that the Father wants to give you these things, but He cares so much. He wants to give them to you in a way that you're going to be able to enjoy them, not in a way that the rest of the world has it. I got a rack of friends that are married. Some of them don't even know where their husbands are. Like, they don't know them, and they literally don't know where their husbands are. So when you look at what is happening out there in the world, and you look at what your Father promised you, even if you have to wait for it and wait for it and wait for it and wait for it, it's so worth the wait when you actually get it, because you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting is good because it came from your Father, and He only gives good gifts. So that's it, guys. Like I said before, you need something, send me an email. There is no lack of community. There's only lack of connection. I love you all so much. Until next time.